You want to know one of the biggest hindrances that could be detrimental to your life, besides haters or a narcissistic boyfriend? Fear. Fear can be, ooh, fear is horrible. Fear is just, yeah. I think it's over like 360 times in the Bible God tells us not to fear, and for good reason. One of the things that I used to be so fearful about that, I was just reflecting on tonight, about an hour ago, that I had to repent to God for. And you like, why you have to repent for that? Because God didn't give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, okay? And I used to be so afraid to fly. I used to be so afraid to fly. Now, I've been on a plane. I've been on a plane several times, but that doesn't mean I wasn't fearful while I was doing it, because I was. But then, it wasn't so much as domestic flights that I was fearful of. It was more so international flights. And guess what? I had never flown out the country because of that. Now, would I like to leave the country now, like go somewhere? Of course. But I had so many opportunities when I could have did it in the past. And some of the places to go out of the country, like, they're not even as expensive as people think. And I used to drive this ride share years ago, so I used to have pretty good customers I used to pick up all the time. We used to talk, and they used to give me so many tips about traveling. I met people that worked at the Groupon headquarters. They used to tell me, hey, you could go to, we got a coupon, you could go to the island for like $600. I used to hear so much good deals about going out the country, and I was just like, yeah, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it. What I didn't tell them is I was too afraid to be in a plane for more than like 4 or 5 hours. That was the problem. I'm just to encourage somebody, don't let fear take up any space in your heart or your head. Not just because of flying and actually being able to see the world, a world outside the United States, which is so much more beautiful. So much more beautiful. Like, I mean, yeah. It's a lot of places that's more beautiful than the United States. Not even just talking about China, Indonesia, Bali, Dubai, Qatar, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. You got TikTok. You've seen the stuff I done seen. Fear in itself, it can just hinder and just block so many things. So don't be your own enemy. If you feel like fear, not here. If you feel like fear is trying to take root, any type of space in your heart, bind it up, rebuke it, cast it out, and gather you some scriptures that talk about fear, so that you speak the opposite of what you feel. You're feeling fearful, you want to get scriptures to speak the opposite of that. And yeah, don't be your own enemy. Be blessed and stay encouraged.